album out that. Track my vocals, so shout out to Eric Vicha. This been building up, I guess it's friendship like Home Depot. I'm so thankful working with my best friend, she the Chico. She the Chico, yo. Where you at? Where you been? Where you been? Where you at? Where you at? Where you been? I don't care where you been. Where you been, Cletus? Yeah. Who? What? Clevis. It's Cletus.
It's from
Cletus? Girl.
Nutty Professor.
We have to rap 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo.
Yeah. Hey. Walk up in the too clean up froze. They don't you know where I'm from. Like the beat I keep with. You ain't got dough, little boy. Dumb, used to be broke, I ain't had no funds. Now I spend it just for fun. Eat that hair, just for lunch. Walk up in the with the VVS. Can't get my gun cause I don't do the text. Don't give a about how you flex. Full of it all over my neck. See me in Camp C3. Show better have my check. Disrespect. All the bad bitch wanna give me. On my neck, go chain with the crest. She gon' boy, then I did. Do a little turn about some crib. Had to drop a road, then I got some bread. Friends gon' eat, whole gang get fed. Ain't on me, little boy. Ain't on me, little boy. Really gotta call my, gotta tell me something about myself. Shorty wanna know if I dress myself.
And tonight, two experienced teams, Chris. We're going to see what's something you learned as a veteran that you wish you had known as you were just entering the NBA.
It's one thing that you could not have learned, and that's pacing. How to pace yourself during the game. As a rookie, you're playing, coming from college, and the game is so slow in college. And when you come to the NBA, you figure, wait a minute, this 24-second shot clock, that's not much. But you realize after about 4 times up and down the court, wait a minute, how do I figure this out? How do I switch gears? How do I lock in and play defense and then run my butt off to the other end as fast as I can to get an easy layup? And a lot of those things is not about being in shape, but the mentality and understanding how to take advantage of the next play.
Yeah, I like it.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now George, following Al Horford's three-point attempt. Pass to Morris. It's stolen. Here's Harris. The shot missing. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. Left side, George. Morris with the ball. Outside Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. And that one, good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. George has got his second basket.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Here's Harris. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that. It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with the broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Morris with the bucket.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper for Morris, catching the D flat-footed and torching them as a result.
Embiid, no good.
I fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup. The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Stolen by Noah. Leonard attacking. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Pass to Thibault. Here's Embiid. It's rebounded by Leonard.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
George with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Harris outside. Here's Thibault. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes, Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 4. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Jackson. .54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's the break. The finish. And finished off by Scott.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim. Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Jackson. Good work defensively by Richardson.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Reggie.
And the basket by Jackson.
Oh, and Jackson is very gifted at finishing through aggressive defense, just a master at controlling his body.
With 1 on the clock. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
Now here's Jackson. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Over Richardson. Sent away with authority. Here's Noah.
And the length of Embiid really bothers shooters. I love how he uses it on the defensive end.
Pass to Milton. Outside, Scott. Back to Richardson. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Here's Noah. Second chance shot. Good. Noah's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
Here's Milton. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a two-step process. And for teams to just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. It's George on the wing. Shoots over Burks. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 8 points for Paul George.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is. I mean, nowhere near him, that's for sure.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Leonard with the steal. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Here's Harris. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Free, a little bit